Hello! Coming to you late today, but it's still Thursday, so I'm doing a Thursday Talks. Wanted to not skip a week on you and had a couple things thought I would share. So I am out here enjoying some of the last rays of the sun today because I need to soak up all the goodness from the sun that I can right now. So what I'm grateful for? I am grateful for the sunshine. That is so for sure. I am grateful for quality time with my honey. I am grateful for clarity. I am grateful for time to sleep. And I am grateful for time with a friend, Christine. We spent some time this morning talking about doing some work and then really kind of brainstorming things that we're working on, and I'm super excited for the time that was shared with me. It really means a lot to me. You know, so many people are busy running around in this world, and for to make that time to spend with someone, I think is really pretty cool. So I'm super grateful for that. So thank you, Christine. If you hear that noise behind me, that is Larkin. He's chewing on a bone. But at least they're all peacefully chilling out here with me, and nobody's in the veggie bed. I am grateful for that darn veggie bed. It's going to be the death of me trying to have a garden with my dogs, but I'm learning as I go, and I'm so grateful that I don't have any plants planted in it yet. No water lines to have been torn up either, so it's all good. I can fix it and move on. So it'll work. So what are you grateful for? Share it. I would love to hear it. Today I had a fun, I don't know, it wasn't fun, but I had an experience. I thought I would share this with you to kind of give you a little perspective on, the journey and how things go, and that they're not always peaches and cream, or they're not always perfect, or there aren't always challenges, but how you get through it, right? How you respond to what happens. And I'm still kind of processing some of that. So maybe this talk will help me get it out there a bit. But here's how my story went. I'm calling it an epic fail, and I just feel it was. Off to get my veggie bag today, and Kerwin's gonna come with me. Thought maybe we'd grab a salad at the place when we picked up the veggie bag, and he's like, well, aren't we going to that new restaurant in town that's opening today? I'm like, what restaurant? He's like, the one you shared about, and I'm like, oh, you mean that event I sent to you? I was like, well, that was just, a restaurant. I was like, we'll check out at some point because it's a new vegan restaurant in town. I'm like, check it out. See, be cool to support them. It says they're plant-based too, so I'm really curious about that. It might be a healthier vegan place, because vegan by definition isn't healthy. It's just no animal-based products, right? Whether you're eating it or wearing it, or really in your whole environment. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. So plant-based was like, ooh, yay, that's great. So I was like, well, it's up to you. If you want to go, we can go or not. So he decided that we would go. And we went, and it was super busy when we got there. They had a bit of a wait, and we're like, okay, no worries, we can wait 25 minutes. We'll just sit here and read the menu, because it's gonna take some time to read the menu anyway. This menu was like this wide. Seriously, it was this wide. I took it had 5 columns on it, so you couldn't even take one picture of it. So I had to break it up into 2 pictures, and then on the back there was another column for the drinks and the smoothies. It was fine print, little stuff. And I'm like, opening day menu. I'm like, okay, it just seemed like a lot to me. Right off the bat, I'm just like, oh gosh. I'm like, thank you. We have 25 minutes to wait because I need to read the menu. What am I gonna get on here? It's like, oh my gosh, overwhelming. So we start plotting it out and figuring out what we're going to do and what we're going to get. And I don't know, I think the wait turned into longer than that even. They were super backed up. Kitchen was struggling to keep up. They had empty tables in there, but they couldn't even seat people because the kitchen was so far behind. So we're the very next table, and we just waited for however long, just chatting on the menu, trying to narrow down what we're gonna get. And I'm like, I don't even know what these things are on the menu. It's like, so first clue, you see this massive menu with ingredients you don't recognize, plant-based, and yet everything on the menu is listed just like you would see it at any kind of place. Every kind of meat. They had fish, they had lobster, they had chicken, beef. What else did they say? Did they say fish? They had all the different meat types. And they had every kind of cheese on the menu. And then they have every kind of pasta on the menu. And so many things. You're like, how is that plant-based? So I'm sitting there already asking questions like, how are this chicken being made? And she refers to this brand name, item. So a lot of the stuff isn't being made there. It's manufactured, processed vegan food that's coming in that they're then preparing in some of their dishes, right? So like the Gardein burger, I think, is it the Gardein brand? They have a vegan meat of some sort. There's the I forget what it is. There's another one I've seen, Better Than Beef. I don't know if that's the name. There's another couple brands. They had right on the menu too. It's like, I've seen those in the store, and I've had chats with people about this too. I'm like, this is not, if you're looking for whole foods, this is not it. Okay, because those are processed foods. Do you want to be eating soy anyway? No, not necessarily. Soy isn't the replacement for all of the meat. You don't want to add more soy into your diet necessarily. It's difficult to find quality soybeans that are non-GMO and organic, and then what soy does to you is not the best. Anyway, so that's going to be in some of those non-meat products, plant-based meat type products, right? So that's one thing. You're going to have a lot of soy. And then the other one is that it's going to be processed. It's going to be all these random ingredients that they're putting in to fill it up and make it have the consistency of, meat. And then of course tofu was used too, but again, tofu comes from soy as well. But it's like, it's processed stuff for one thing. So I'm just like, okay, I'm really not keen on getting that on the menu. So let's see what other things there are, right? So we found a couple, nice sounding dishes, and I'm like, okay, let's go for this, right? We were even gonna get French fries. Kerwin loves his French fries, and I'm like, fine, let's give it a go. Well, it just kind of went downhill from there. It took forever for anything. Everything we ordered, nobody told you up front what wasn't on the menu for the day. So all the time we were sitting there waiting, and they could have told us these things aren't on the menu. So we order, and she's writing their things down, and then we're not serving soups today. I'm like, oh, so what we just told you, a previous item, you accepted that, but you're not even soup. That's a soup too. I'm like, okay, so now what are we going to get? So we would change and get something else. And I was, okay, back up and get that, right? Well, then she goes away, and we're like, I'm telling you, we're waiting there forever. Cool thing is, we could get maple syrup to go in our coffee, and the maple syrup was real maple syrup, which was really good. So we're just saying, it was kind of cold in there, so I was drinking the coffee to stay warm too, and she comes out, and she's like, the meal that we ordered isn't available. It was a sweet potato with all kinds of yumminess in it that looked really good, and I was like, okay, we're not making that today because the chicken, they don't have that type of chicken, that version of that preparation of the chicken. They don't have to be able to put in that dish. And I'm like, well, could you just add more avocado? I was like, that's fine. Well, they don't want to serve anything if it's not complete, dish. I'm like, okay. So we found something else. Well, get this. Then what they do is they put you to the end of the line. She didn't bump our ticket back up to the top. So then people that were there after us are getting served before us, because it doesn't matter that they could have fulfilled these other two items on our ticket, because this one was in question. They pulled the whole ticket out of rotation. They bring it over to our table. We tell them, okay, what we're going to get different. They take it back in. They don't put us at the top of the list. Now we're back at the bottom of the list. Okay, this happened, 3 times. I'm like, okay, guys, do you have any food? Like, what food can you serve us? Because everything, by the time you get to our ticket, now you've run out of that too or something. I'm just like, what do you have? I'm like, I see chicken and waffles coming out all the time. Like, do you have chicken or do you not have chicken? Well, not that preparation of it. I'm like, so what can we get? So my salad, they couldn't make my salad either. I'm just like, okay. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm like done. I'm just gonna eat with Kerwin stuff. So he wanted to get this lobster roll, and it's like not gonna taste like lobster. If you like lobster, this version of it just isn't gonna taste that way. But that's what he got, and these fries that had some vegan type cheese on them and stuff. So I'm like, I'm having some of his stuff. For one thing, I don't need to eat French fries. I already know I don't need to eat French fries. I just ate them because I was there, and we're trying to support this business. It just opened today. We came, kind of turned into, a mess, but didn't want to make it difficult for them, right? So we're still there. We're hanging out. I could have just said, no, I'll wait till later. I'll be fine. Or I could have, had one of my Boost powders, and I would have been fine. But I ate it to be supportive, for real. And Kerwin felt bad too, because it was just his items that we were going to get. And I'm just like, I don't want anything else, because I don't want him to put us at the bottom of the list of the tickets again. I mean, it just don't. And so I even asked her, I was like, can you just bring the fries? You have those? Great. Can you just bring those and let us start on something, and then we'll figure the rest out, and we'll add on if we want to or whatever, So that finally got something going, but she was back and forth so many times and felt so bad, and it was such a crazy day for her, and I felt bad for her, and so I was trying to make it easy on her, but I was just like, we should have just left. But here's where it's your fault, Corinne. We didn't leave, which was just another mistake, because we thought another vegan place in town, oh cool, when Corinne comes into town, we will have some place that we can take her. And if we laugh, we wouldn't have known what the items tasted like on the menu, right? So we stayed. So you're welcome, Corinne. We have now eliminated this place from the list. We will not be taking you when you come to town. So I ate it. Okay, so I ate some French fries, and then this lobster roll comes, and I'm just like, okay, fine. Let me try it. I don't know what the lobster was made out of. It was something white. It wasn't like a tofu kind of texture. It was almost, I have no idea what it was. Which is another mistake, is they didn't even know what all the menu items were, how things were made. I was like, how many times can I ask this girl all these questions? She's frustrated and stressed out, long day. She was just trying to go find out things for us, and I'm just like, I don't want to make your life difficult. So to help her out, I stopped asking questions. So I don't even know what I ate in that lobster roll. Honestly, I don't even know what was in that sauce, and it's irritating because I did it. I ate it, and I didn't know what was in there. So she comes out apologizing, and before the lobster roll came, and she's like, it's coming now that they aren't accepting any more tickets. Things should be coming out quicker now. And she said she was going to see what she could do for us, right? So she comes back again and asks us if we drink. And I'm just like shaking my head no. I'm like, because there's nothing you can offer me that I'm going to want to drink. It's just kind of like no. But Kerwin's like, well, sometimes we do or whatever. And so she explains about it, and it's like some coffee cocktail kind of drink. And I said, yeah, but it probably has, sugar in it. And she's like, oh, no added sugar. And I'm like, no added sugar? I'm like, okay, I'm clearly drinking coffee right here, so a liquor drink without added sugar, fine. She comes over, and then she tells us as she brings them that there's this espresso sugar she didn't put on mine, but that she put on Kerwin's, okay? But the first sip of the drink, guys, it had sugar in it. And I knew it. I could taste the sugar. It was like a liqueur kind of alcohol that has sugar in it. Ellie heard me talking about Ukraine. That's why she came over. See? She's like, where's my girl? Where's my girl? Is she gonna take me home yet? So I drank some, and then I was like, I was like, first sip I knew, and then like drank 2 more sips, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing this, right? Well then Kerwin's like, I'll drink it for you. Because we didn't want to make the girl feel worse, right? So I'm like, gosh, again, we're worried about what other people think. And I'm like, why am I going to let him drink it? Why should he have to drink the sugar? Why should he be the only one? Sugar's not good for you, period, So I'm like, oh. So I started drinking a little bit of it, and this lobster roll, I don't know what they call this bread, it was plant-based bread. I'm like, there's no such hoagie roll that's a plant-based bread. I'm like, I'm sorry, this was like white bread. But I ate it. I was just like, you're in another zone. You don't like the situation you're in. You want to get out of it. You're frustrated. You don't want to make it more difficult for somebody else. And you just want to leave. You just want to like get your food so that you can like pay and go, right? Because you just wanted to support this new restaurant and check out a new place in town. And so I did all of these things. because I didn't put me first. And as we left the restaurant, I'm like, I feel like crap, and driving home, I'm already getting a headache, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. You know better than this. I'm like, this was a total fail. We could have done this differently if we had just stood up for ourselves, right? Totally could have. And we didn't, because we let go away. We let the environment impact us. And because of not wanting to make a scene or make difficulties, I should have right? You didn't. It was an epic fail, as I'm telling you. So I have those situations too where I go out and make all the wrong decisions. So I made some wrong ones today, and I am grateful that I can recognize it for an epic fail. Honestly, that is definitely a gratitude I have today, is that I realized it was a mistake. I won't make those kind of mistakes again. So didn't understand the menu. So either understand the menu or don't order from it. Period. It's just how it has to be. I can't just eat something because I don't want to bother somebody and ask them questions about it. Bottom line, what this restaurant is what makes me really turned off of the term vegan. It's a vegan fast food restaurant. It's set up, we only had 2 items on the menu. We only had a lobster roll and their souped up, French fries with this vegan cheese and bacon bits. Okay, plant-based. I'm thinking they're gonna be like the tofu bacon and then just crumbled up or something. No. These are fake bacon bits. These are like the bacon bits you get in the grocery store that are the fake ones, because the real ones are expensive. Yuck. I mean, for real, yuck. What's healthy about that? Like, where do you get plant-based off of that? I mean, I don't know. But whatever plant-based it was some processed kind that was just nothing I need to be eating. So what I got out of it was they wanted to put everything on the menu that the average American wants to eat. All of those go-to, fish and chips and the lobster roll, and all the hamburgers and the desserts and all this stuff. They put all these things on the menu. Your potato skins and, your fries and your cauliflower, deep fried cauliflower kind of things. I mean, they're putting all these go-to meals on the menu and calling them vegan plant-based because now that's a marketing term that now you're going to eat it and think that you're doing something healthy and good for yourself. Vegan can be very healthy, but again, like by definition, this restaurant was a perfect example. It's not always the case. And so you really have to stick to your guns and ask the questions. And I'm super grateful that we ended up only getting those 2 things, because who knew what, I don't know how my salad could have gone wrong, but who knows, right? So that's my failure, in a good way, because I learned a lesson, and I felt I needed to apologize to my body as we were leaving. They did also, in addition to those 2 drinks, they did offer us each a 10% off coupon when we came back and thanked us for our patience. And they were sweet and they were polite, but even our server just was having a bad day. She doesn't bring his credit card back or give him a pen to sign the credit card receipt. She doesn't bring us silverware. She doesn't. It was like one thing after another. It was like, and I was just like, but we let it go because we were trying to be, helpful and supportive, excited for a new restaurant in town, and didn't want to make a difficult situation worse for them. Lesson learned, right? Reminder, we come first, always. What we put in our mouth has more importance than no matter what the situation is that's going around us. So it wasn't that I was in question if I was eating crap. I knew I was eating crap. I could taste it, right? Know it tastes like now. I might have not known before, but I can taste it now. So there you go. That's my epic fail. And it's all your fault, Corinne. Yeah. But they tried, and I have a hard time. I don't know how to even leave a review for a place that's a negative one. I'd rather just not say anything at all or not go back. But I don't know if they even need another try, because you could tell what kind of restaurant they were. They just want to get you the food that makes you think you're eating something healthy. Anyway, so what am I doing for myself? Okay, peppermint oil. I am putting peppermint oil on my stomach to help with my digestion, because I certainly could use that. I already popped my pre and probiotic packet here. Pop that on the drive home. I'm like, totally need that, and I'm gonna wait a few more hours, and I'm gonna take another one for my poor gut health. My poor gut needs some help right now. And if I do happen to even get slightly hungry today, I'm gonna have a boost packet powder right here. Antioxidant superfoods, fruits and veggies going down right in here. I'm not putting anything else in my body that needs to be digested today. I am gonna give my system a break, and that's really the best thing that I can do for myself versus putting more load on it right now. So there you go. That's my long story on how I failed today. But it doesn't change the direction that I'm going. It just means I hit a road bump, and I learned a lesson about a different situation that I've been in for the first time. And sometimes you need to learn those lessons, because it's like, oh, how do you stand up for yourself in that, situation? I could have done much better with it. I should have said no to the drink, even just a simple thing. Just say no, because I know more than her about what is going to be in that drink than she did. No added sugar. Well, you didn't put the sugar on top, but the drink itself has sugar. The liqueur you put in is a sugar-laden liqueur. It's made to put sugar in it. So because you don't pop open a packet and pour sugar in, doesn't mean there's not, added sugar in your drink, right? So I didn't give myself enough credit, right? So that will be happening. Put yourself first. Give yourself, credit that you know what's best for you, and make those choices regardless of what's going on in the environment. Choose you all the time, right? That's what I'm always saying. So I'll get better. And there you go. I have my failure moments too. So on to my veggie bag today. Check this out. Had a minor fail with this too. But I got some eggs. These are for the dogs. But the farm has them, so I could order them, which is really cool. But on the way home, of course, all the way home, doing fine. Last turn, and then the eggs slide off the seat. And so I cracked like 3 of them. But the cool thing is I have 4 dogs, and so they'll each get an egg tonight for dinner, so no big deal. So there you go. These eggs, just in case you were wanting to know, are the best protein for a dog. This is the most complete protein source for a dog, and the most completely absorbable protein for them. Is it like 98, 99, or even 100%? This is like the number 1 top of the list. It's that super high percentage number 2. It may even be 100%. I have to look at my list again. But it beats out chicken and beef and pork and salmon and everything. This is it for dogs, which is really kind of cool. And yet they get the whole thing too. They get the whole thing raw, the shells too. Little dogs may not want the shells, and you could dry them and grind them up for them. But big dogs, it's like a delicacy for them, and they love it. And no, it doesn't scratch their throat or create issues as they're eating it. For real, no. They can eat huge bones, eggshells. So I got eggs. I don't even know what else I got, guys. And when you're talking to yourself on a live video, you can just talk forever, right? So sorry. I'll be quick now. Green garlic. I got more green garlic. Yay. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm excited for that. I was totally wishing for more green garlic. So that. Oh, kale. I got some kale. This looks like curly kale. Could be wrong. Tuscan kale. Oh, black dinosaur. Okay. Oh, are these new ones? These baby radishes? No, purple top turnips. Baby purple top turnips. Very cool. And look at all these greens. These greens are going to be awesome. Oh, yay. Kermit will be happy. We got 4 more oranges, so we each get 2. We got more russet potatoes. He's loving those. And this is more of that Mizuna, right? This has been going in our salads, too. Here's the radishes. Awesome radishes. Oh, good. Oh, yes. Cabbage. Actually, no, guys. No. Got 2. These are so yummy. And my boys agree. These veggie loving boys are into everything. And because one of the eggs is cracked, they can smell it. And they have been like all over this, bugging me that they want the egg. So I think I'm gonna make with this the recipe that was in the flyer last week about a pesto with green garlic. Sounds amazing. So I'm gonna do that with this, I think. Maybe I'll save one to put in a salad just to slice up and see how it tastes, kind of like a green onion type thing. Might do that too. So there you have it. What are you grateful for? Had a failure? What'd you learn from it? Sure, would love to know. And stay tuned for what I make from this veggie bag this week. And I will say that we're doing a really great job eating from this veggie bag, and we're leaning up what's going on in the fridge, which is amazing. So I'm really excited about that. We don't have all of these random things that are everywhere. So it's been a very simple food kind of week. Haven't done much eating great aside from today, but very simply, and it's been a marvelous thing. Make a great salad dressing, have some salads, and like you're set. You can eat so simply like this. Eating raw is honestly super simple. Just depends on how you want to do it. You can make it really complicated, but you don't have to. So there you go. It's cabbage, green garlic, mizuna, Tuscan kale, purple top turnips, radishes, russet potatoes, navel oranges. Yep. And get out of my bag. Thank you very much. All right, guys. So I'm gonna let you go. Wish me well on my evening recovery from my excess of today, and I look forward to seeing you guys again next week, or whatever comments, questions you want to throw in on here. My challenge to myself this week is just going to be a reminder to know what I am eating with everything, and to get back into asking questions. I've let that slide a bit as I've gotten more more comfortable with what I'm eating and more just used to how I'm eating. I think I've stopped asking as many questions as I need to, which was a great reminder today. So that's my challenge for the week. So what are you guys eating? Do you know what's in the food that you're eating? And like I've said before, you don't have to eat what I'm eating, but do you really know what it is that you're eating? You know, labels aren't on things at restaurants. You really have to ask, and things that you assume are not necessarily true. Would you stay out of the bag? Goodness, Gordon Setters. Alright, so know what you're eating, share your gratitudes. If you have any wins on or lessons learned on one of your own epic failures, I would love to hear it. And I'll keep you posted on my veggie bag. And I gotta put these eggs away before somebody knocks the rest off the table as we're trying to eat them. So bye for now, you guys. Thanks for watching this episode of Thursday Talks, and I will see you here same day, correct time, 2 p.m. Pacific next week. Bye for now.